Okay, calibrating the MorCUT-Cyclops camera. We've got the camera there. So, right, can go ahead. There. Where did you click? Just move the. Okay, you go to calibration.
Column numbers, row numbers, distance.
Okay. So calibration distance is the dimensions of the square. Then you take the width and length of the calibration space that you want to use. Here we want to use 1500 by 1500. So 1500 divided by 50, we get 30 columns and 30 rows. So those are the values you put there. We need to put the nozzles on top of the paper, so, and they have to move a uniform distance, both of them. So what you do is you determine the best step for you to do that. Here we're gonna use a step of 50 millimeters. Here's where you change your step. Yes, so we're gonna move starting with laser 2, gantry 2, since it's the one in front. Here, to change your gantries, if you mark there, you are using B, that's 2. If you don't mark it, you are using A, that's 1. So now, using B, we're gonna move it 50 millimeter steps to the left, 1, 2. Now we can see it's on top of the paper. Okay, here our step was a little bit too small. It's on top of the tape, so we're gonna change it to 55. You have to home it again before you start again with the 55. Yeah, so with 55, we moved it 55. You can see it's on the paper now. Now we have to move it again towards us, same length. Right. Then we do the same for gantry number 1. Right. When that's done, now you select cut lines. Yeah, you can select. Hey, shit. Okay, and you have to lower your power so that it doesn't cut through. So when you go to, okay, you go to control, then here you come to modify. Modify. Then, shit. Okay, sorry about that. Exit, control, then modify. Then you select a power which is low, which doesn't cut through but only draws a line on the material. Here we selected 10%, which is working fine. Then here you press to change to beam 1. Press modify. Then you change the power here also to make it low enough for you to only draw lines. Once you are done setting, you apply. Once the power is set and the origin is on the right place on top of the paper, then you come to your software and you select on cut lines. Wait. Okay, yeah, it's fine. So now it's gonna draw some lines on the material. We don't need to cut them, because if you give too much power and it cuts through, the air is gonna blow and Okay, once it's done drawing the lines, now you have to move that country out of the way of the camera. So control, then once you are done with the lines, then you come and you photograph. Then it gives you a photo. Then you auto calibrate, so it's gonna pick up the squares, and when you get a calibration error, it means it didn't pick up all the squares, so you have to manually help it see the squares. So when you zoom out, you start marking all the corners of the squares. Red squares means they are slightly off, so you have to delete them and put them on the right spot. You have to do this until you have all the squares on. If you see that it's seeing too few points like this, you will need to adjust the exposure on the camera so that it sees more lines. Then you photograph again. So you adjust the exposure using gain and edge there. Okay, when you are done highlighting all the corners, then next you go to the calibrate button, then calibration success. So you are done with calibrating your laser.